Welcome, dear friends. Grab my coffee. We're going to do a little workshop this morning. The workshop is about how to see energy. And this subject is, I've got to say, probably one of the most fascinating subjects in the whole of the time that I've been doing this healing work. It's fascinating. There's so many doors it opens. It's fascinating because it can be frustrating. Stop, I don't see anything. And then sometimes it's like, oh my God, did I just see that? It's like, it's a roller coaster of emotion, but it's actually fun. And it's like anything, if you put your time and effort into it, like anything else, eventually you become a master at that thing that you do. And what is a master? It's just somebody who's spent time and effort in the study of whatever field they're studying. So my field of work was energy. So, you know, you've got to feel and see energy to truly understand it. And I'm going to take you through some of the stages of my progress to seeing energy and then being able to understand it to maybe 1% of what we really know. And I would probably say it might be just a little less than that, because we know nothing about energy. And I've been studying it for over a decade and a half. That tells you how amazing this journey is. And like, everybody wants a quick fix. Everybody wants to know everything diluted or in a soundbite. Well, get yourself off and find somewhere else, because it doesn't happen here. This is a journey of life, and it's an exciting journey, and it never stops. It sometimes gets you high, low, sometimes lets you down, sometimes it gives you all the information you need at that moment. And it's like, it's beautiful because it's not predictable, and that's the whole point. And the first thing I want to start by saying, good morning guys, and welcome to this beautiful workshop all about energy. So I'm going to ask you to come closer so I can really focus on you guys, and then we can share the tips, and hopefully at the end of this video you can put some amazing things that you've also learned through this work of seeing energy. I made a video yesterday about how to feel energy, and that was only 0.0001% of how to feel energy, but it was a good start, and from there hopefully you'll move forward. Today is about how to see energy. So I'm going to first of all start by giving you some practices, and it's great, it's good fun. Okay, so the first thing I'd like you to do is understand that seeing energy isn't the same way as seeing an object. So if I go like this to you and say, please look at this, what do? You focus your both eyes onto this object. Am I right? Okay, so what I'm going to ask you to do now is do something completely different. I want you to focus on my eyes, but look at the bottle at the same time. But don't look at the bottle, look at my eyes. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you look past the bottle, but you still see the bottle's there, and you know it's there, but you don't need to look at it with your eyes physically pointing towards the bottle, but you're looking at my eyes. Okay, so I'm looking at this camera, I'm looking at myself, so I'm looking at my eyes, but I can clearly see the bottle. I can't see the writing on the bottle because I've not focused my energy onto the bottle, but I am aware of the bottle. Correct? Okay, so you're seeing past. This is always the most challenging part for me in the Pure Energy Healing course. And this is where Layla Sati comes in, because she's very precise in her words and what she says. Me, I say something and I don't mean what I say sometimes. But let's give this a go. Okay, move back. All right, I want you to get your two fingers like this, okay? Watch now. Somebody will take a screenshot and say that I'm, I don't know, a cult member because I've got my fingers like this. But no, I'm going to use my fingers in a way that you can see, okay? So what I want you to do is take your fingers like this, okay? These fingers preferably, no other fingers, just these, okay? And I want you to put your fingers, I want you to look at me, just keep looking at me, right? And as you keep looking at me, put your fingers like this and bring your fingers, but keep looking at me, don't look at your fingers, look at me and keep looking at me and put your fingers together and look at me, just keep looking at me. And as you're looking at me, you can clearly see without looking anywhere else, look at me, just look at me, you can clearly see that your two fingers have now become kind of two stubs and a sausage in between. Look at me now, go up higher. Keep looking at me, don't look at the fingers, look at me, keep looking at me, and you can clearly see a sausage in the middle. Now, that is how you look at energy. You don't focus on energy as a shape of a cigar or whatever shape you see in movement. You focus past the energy. And that is the greatest way, in my humble opinion, to see energy. Okay, you practice that for a few times till you see the sausage in the middle, okay? Don't look at the fingers, and then you can even go as high as you want there, but then look over the fingers. Look over the fingers all the time, but bring your fingers up to your eyes and look over your fingers so you're looking over, okay? But you can see a sausage in the middle. Now, look at your fingers. Now, there's no sausage there, but then when you look further up, it turns into a sausage. The reason why, there's something in not focusing on something that you clearly see another energy, another something. Now, people will argue, and they have many times, oh, well, it's because of your focus. Yes, what I'm trying to say is that if you don't focus, if you don't fully focus on something, you find that your eyes ease and they're able to see other things and you use, I think, a kind of psychic part of your eyes to see other things. That's just one way. Okay, so you could try that. Okay, so the next thing is a plant, a tree, a mountain. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees. Okay, so I'm now going to sit. So knock your camera on pause and get yourself to a plant, as long as not one of these. There's no point watering these because the silk. Go and get yourself a natural, healthy plant, or get yourself to a window and look outside of the window. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to do that now, is I'm going to focus on one of these trees. So I've got my eyes on the middle tree here, which looks like a spruce of some kind. It's beautiful. So what I'm going to do is exactly the same as I did before. I'm going to look past the top of the tree and around the trees. Look past it. Look through it, almost. And as I look through it, all of a sudden I can see the energy around the tree, which is about that much. And it's a grey kind of energy running around the tree. And as I look past it and don't look at the energy, I can see it moving in and out slightly. So there is an energy that is a movement to the tree. And sometimes it looks a lot brighter as well. So the grey can obviously turn to like a bright colour. And all of a sudden, you see that there's something thick around the tree. So try that. Okay, again, keep looking past the tree. Don't look at the tree. Don't look for the energy. The energy is there. You don't need to look for it. You'll see it like you do these two, the sausage in between. So, okay, I see the energy now. That's great. So, we're going to try something else now. Okay. This is one of my practices I did for years. Okay. So, in fact, let's go outside and do it. You're going to hear noises, but don't worry about it. It's fine. Okay, this is my swing. This is my seat. And this is where we're going to do some more work. Okay, lift that up there. So hopefully what you're looking at there is the sky. I'm going to sit behind you and talk to you. So we're going to do this together. So if you're watching the screen, or you've decided to go next to your window or go outside, open the window and just look outside at the sky. Obviously you don't want to be looking directly at the sun, but just look at the sky. Okay, good. So remember what I said about looking past everything. You're not looking for anything, but all of a sudden, as you relax your beautiful mind, relax your eyes, relax everything, and you're not looking for anything, I want you to just be aware that within the clouds and within the sky there is energy all around, and it's the most magical, fascinating energy. And that energy comes in different shapes and forms and sometimes different colours, but there's always this kind of beautiful millions and millions and millions of what you may think as particles in the shapes of whatever they are. I normally see them in shapes of a cigar, a cylinder type energy, and they flip from side to side, they move backwards and forwards, and they come and go. And as you see these little tiny energy, unusual particles, as you keep seeing them, you start to focus more and more on these beautiful energy fragments, and you see more and more, and they twinkle sometimes like stars, and you kind of thought, oh, is that my eyes? No, it's not your eyes, it's energy. And if you keep looking at these beautiful energy particles, what starts to happen is you'll see more and more changing of shapes, changing of the energy. And if you keep practicing and practicing and practicing, what happens is you start to realize that around us there is another world, and eventually you can actually see things happening which are not just energy. And then you question yourself, what is energy? Is energy spirit? Is energy another world within a world? But the most beautiful part about it is the journey of learning about energy, seeing it, knowing it's there, feeling it around plants and mountains and trees, around people, because now you're entering into a new world of understanding energy by seeing it. And now you become your own teacher, you become your own master. And now you start to understand that the more you see energy, the more you can make sense of it. My butterflies on the wall, which always remind me to be a butterfly, be kind and gentle. Well done. Okay, let me get this right. Are you learning a little bit? Are you learning something today? It's good to learn. It's great. Good to understand things, get the ladies in. So, what I found when I first started doing this many years ago was there's something in this. There's something happening around us all the time. Forget the sky, everywhere. And when you start to focus on this energy, you start to realize it's another world. It really is. It's another world. And sometimes, just sometimes, you can see things are happening in this world. There isn't a platform, there isn't a stage, there isn't a road. There's another world working alongside us. And there are times that that world becomes evident and opens up. And I find this fascinating. In many countries, it's happened over the years. I don't know where the last one was. It might have been China or Japan, where this energy manifested into what looked like another world. And it was above a city centre. And of course, people are going to justify it by science, saying it was a reflection of this and that, which is nonsense. It was just the frequency had shifted and we got a glimpse to see another world. And I truly understand that world because I've spent hours, days, weeks, months and years looking at energy. And this practice that I've just shared with you now isn't just a practice to see another world within worlds, but it's a practice to strengthen your eyes in what I believe is a spiritual manner, a spiritual way. And I don't know any other healer who does this. It's not that important. It was important to me because at first everybody was saying, I see colours. I see colours around people. And I'm going, oh, I don't bloody see colours. What do you mean? What are you talking about? And I was like, I want to know this. I want to feel it. So I spent time and effort trying to look around people. And I found most of the time I was struggling because I was so frustrated because everybody else could see it, but I couldn't. So that killed it for me. For ages, it killed it. And I thought, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not going to look for it. But I know my healing is working because my clients are telling me. And then one day when I let it all go, I started seeing, the first moment was seeing 3 orbs in front of me. And then that was it for me. That was never again do I even question anything after seeing 3 orbs in front of me. And I wrote it in my book, Seeing the Invisible. It was the most profound story. And what happened to the mother who was sat there was like profound. And the child, it was profound. And it was like really profound to me. So from that moment on, it was like, okay, I don't think anybody's seen this, which means that I have an ability to see things. So that means, why am I stressed about not seeing things? And then it all made sense. Mark, not everybody sees in the way everybody does. And oh my God, that makes sense, Mark. You know, you're a healer and you work in the way you do, but nobody heals and works in the way you do. And that doesn't mean that you're better than anybody else and they're better than you. It's just that you all have your own uniqueness to seeing, feeling, and working. Makes sense. So I let go of that ego. I let go of that fear. And I try and share that with you every day. You know, your gift might be, oh, Mark, I looked at the sky, but I didn't see that, but I saw this. And I say, tell me, I'm excited. Because you're a unique individual who has gifts. So don't look for my gift in what I'm sharing with you. Look for your own gift and say, okay, I tried that and this is what happened to me. And I'm saying, good, you're following your own guidance. So I'm only giving you techniques that have worked for me, but they might not work for you. But you can try, and then you think, oh, maybe I'll try this. Maybe I'll look around a piece of fruit that I've pulled off from a tree. That has a life force for about 30 minutes. Oh, it does. It has a life force for 30 minutes. I've seen it. That's why I tell you, if you want to eat fruit and vegetables, the best way to do it is pull them out of the ground and eat them within 30 minutes because there's an added life force to it. It's incredible. How do I know that? Because I saw the life force around it still there and then it depleted after 30 minutes. That's why I say I understand why people eat from trees. Why do you think, like as kids, we used to jump up on apple trees and pear trees and eat the apples and feel amazing? Because you are eating the life force, which is the most powerful thing. You won't get told that at school. You don't even eat food anyway at school. Food. It's not food. So, right. So going back to this workshop, it's a great idea to practice in front of your family as well by not saying anything to them. And if they're asleep or if they're watching telly, just look past them and see their energy. And what happens is over time, you start to understand energy, not just by being around the person, but the width of where that energy is from the human physical to the outer edges, which we call life force, prana, chi. And sometimes that life force, that energy, that can be like imagine, I see it round about here, about that much. But if you're really happy and buzzing, I see it growing and growing and growing. It's incredible. If you're in a bad energy, I don't hardly see any. And it's just just around you. So there is a life force always there, but I understood it by the more life force you are, the stronger you are. And there's also a point where if you're excited, it grows. If you're really angry and burning up and you want to like I'm so angry, sometimes your life force actually does get stronger too, sometimes. But predominantly what happens is that life force gets sucked in to the brain, and then it's in the brain trying to calm it down and help it. So sometimes it just depends. It depends. It's so, like I said, 1% is what I know, and that's probably if anybody studied for 50 years energy, they'd probably say, well, you've still got a bit of ego, Mark, because you've said it's 1%, and it's probably 0.0001% of professional, I can't even say it, of the vision that we see. If I only had a brain, I'd be dangerous. Excuse me, do you have a dictionary? Thank you. Could I have some salt and vinegar on it, please? I need to swallow words and remember them. Peripheral vision. I can't remember. Oh my God, Mark. Hey, he's not a teacher, he's a buffoon. You're right, I am. So, yeah. Again, then when we start to work on clients, which is great because you can start to work on your own family members, start doing some healing on them, then stand back and look at the energy. Sometimes you find the energy is of a ball or of like a kind of mountain or hill, or sometimes it's just like a cloud around maybe the stomach. And if I get that and I look at them and think, okay, by the end of a healing session, guys, the energy should be nice and smooth around the end, and it should be a lot stronger, right? So using a feather after, I'm going off on one now because I'm talking about how to become a healer and how to heal and then see the energy after. No, forget that. When you look at somebody and you see a mountain of energy or a cluster of energy around that person that you love, if it's around their head, normally it's because they've got a lot on their mind and they've got a monkey brain and things are happening. If it's around their heart, it's normally because they're in pain and suffering of whether it's grief or whether somebody's left them in a relationship or they've been like whatever. And then the stomach, if it's around the stomach, it's like normally somebody said something horrible and attacked them. And sometimes if it's on their back, it's because they're carrying a load of weight on their shoulders and people are being putting onto that person. People use them and abuse them. So again, if you've got energy on your shoulders, it normally means that if there's a lot of energy lifting off the shoulders, and you can see clusters. So the difference is, let me try and explain this because it's so complex. The difference is, if somebody's balanced and happy and strong, the energy around the body is perfect all the way around. Now, if you see energy where it's very low, but in some places it's higher, that's because something needs to be resolved in that higher place. So like I said, if it's like big there and then small everywhere else, but if it's equal, then that's perfect energy. That's perfect, healthy body and it's balanced. I hope I'm making sense. It is a bit challenging for me because sometimes I'm thinking and I don't speak right. I don't say the right things. I hope I'm making sense. So like if I have a client and she comes in, I go, wow, look at that energy on the shoulders. That normally to me means that this person has been working so hard, and whatever they're seeing in their eyes, whatever they're focusing on, it's too challenging, it's too much. So normally that sits on the shoulders. Okay, so sometimes you can get like their eyes, you can see when they turn their head there, their eyes, there's like energy around their eyes, and it's like really weird. It's erratic. It's weird. They've got stress in their eyes, so whatever they're going through, they've got a lot of torment in their life. They've got a lot of issues, problems, and unresolved things, and that's with the eyes as well. You can normally find that around the head, that head bit. If there's a massive cluster around the head, they're dealing with massive stress. That's why a lot of people do this without knowing. They're cleaning the energy away. Why do you think people do that? Because they've got too much stress, so they're getting rid of it. Why do you think people do this? They put their hands here. Why do you think when people lie down, they do this? Because this is all of our own natural healing gift to go to places without even knowing. So your hand movements to a certain part of the body, if it's there, be aware of that. And you can give healing to that place. Oh my God, I've gone off on one. Right, we were meant to be talking about energy. So, okay, go back to energy. Okay, so practice looking at energy. Practice seeing it, but not focusing on it. So see past it, see through it, and you'll see another world of energy instead of the physical. Because most people make the mistake that they're looking at the physical bottle when it's not the physical bottle what you're looking for. You won't see it around the physical bottle. But if you look past it without looking at the bottle, all of a sudden your eyes then see another way of seeing, and that is energy. That's how I see it. So when you look at me, if I say look at my energy, you won't see it because you're trying to see this energy. And if I said to you now look at the elephants behind me and now focus your eyes on the elephants, but see my energy around me, right? But don't look for my energy. Just look at that elephant there. Just keep looking at that elephant. And as you look at that elephant, look for the energy around me, but don't take your eyes off the elephant. Is this making sense, or am I like stupid? He's an idiot, John. He's an idiot. Listen to him. He's telling me to look at that chimney, but then he wants me to look at the door. How can I look at the chimney and look at the door? You're right. It's difficult to explain. But Leila Sati explains it so well in the Pure Energy Healing online course, and we go into great depth and detail into that. So anyway, I hope this video serves you well. I want to thank everybody this last week. I don't know why, but we've had a record sale of oils, and you're loving the oils and saying, maybe it's because I made the video about how to help heal people from you know what, and you took upon it and you saw the messages of people saying it's working, and it is working. It's becoming, it's actually spreading like mad. I can't believe how many people are talking about it right now, and it does work, and it makes a massive difference. And just so you know, the person that I gave the healing to and did the oil, and they're continuing it today, he was laughing this morning. So something is working. I've never heard him laugh in 10 years. Really, I haven't. So there's something has happened. So that's a real wonderful breakthrough. And like any healer, sometimes we do get a little bit nervous, hoping, please, I hope they're going to be okay for longer. I hope they're going to be okay for longer. I hope they're going to be fine, you know. So that's good news. Whenever I hear the laugh, and yeah, it's brought happiness to my heart and soul. So thank you for supporting Bajerski.com and buying your authentic crystals and tools and oils and incense. I hope they work well for you. I hope life is a little bit better, and after this video, maybe it opens the doors to another world. Maybe it opens the eyes to another way of seeing, and I really truly hope it does. And once you understand that, you'll be surprised that if you keep practicing this, what can happen. I would actually like to write a book about what we just did, looking outside of the window of what I've seen and witnessed with my own spiritual eyes, which has blown me away. And from learning this kind of healing technique of how to see energy, it's opened something within me that I can't truly explain in words, but I can say this: you will understand what I mean in a few weeks, if not months, if not years, that one day you'll turn around and say, Mark, that was actually the most profound thing I ever did, because this happened after that. And I'll say, yeah, I know. I've heard it every day. Not every day, but many days. People send me messages saying, wow, I can't believe this happened, and now I can see. And it is fascinating. It's a fascinating subject, and it's one for great debate. And I do hope that if somebody has experienced the same kind of thing as me in a different part of the world, and you did it naturally, please share your truth, because I'm always interested in learning more. Like I said, I only know 1%, but what I do know and what I do experience is shared with you out of love, and to help you along your journey. And these are the secret ancient wisdoms that have been suppressed, torn, ripped, burned, that I think we should continue, and yeah, it opens a lot of doors. Good luck. I wish you a lovely, amazing, and magical day. Again, thank you for going for Mark Bajerski. Thank you for going to markbajerski.com and supporting Mark Bajerski's team, and so we can support and help you. The most beautiful message today, as in all the other messages from now on, will be chosen, and you will receive something from my website as a gift. Have a great day. Take care.